tuning in to Friday's edition of Quick Morning. Let's get started with the top stories that we are tracking. Uttarakhand's Committee for the Uniform Civil Code has implemented its work and is ready to submit the final report. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami is expected to receive the rules today if approved in the cabinet meeting scheduled for 23rd of October. UCC could be enacted on 9th of November, aligning with the state's foundation day. Punjab's Chief Electoral Officer has announced that the notification for by-elections to 4 assembly seats will be issued today. Polling in Dera Baba Nanak, Gidarbaha and Barnala assembly segments will take place on 13th of November, with counting scheduled for 23rd of November next month. The last day for filing nomination is 25th of October, followed by scrutiny of nomination papers on 28th of October and withdrawal of candidatures by 30th of October. In fact, the election code of conduct is now in effect in relevant districts following the vacancies that were left by MLCs that were elected to the Lok Sabha. Son of murdered NCP leader Baba Siddique, Zeeshan Siddique, has taken to social media to call for justice following his father's death. Baba Siddique was shot outside his office in Mumbai on 12th of October. Zeeshan, who's also Congress MLA, expressed his heartbreak and called for not politicizing his father's death. Authorities have apprehended 2 of the 3 shooters involved, while 1 remains at large. 5 individuals have been apprehended by the Uttar Pradesh police in connection with murder of 22-year-old man. The incident that sparked communal violence in Bahraich as well. The arrests occurred following an encounter on Thursday near a border with Nepal, during which 2 suspects sustained gunshot injuries. These suspects are accused of inciting communal tensions during a Durga Puja procession and were reportedly attempting to escape to Nepal at the time of capture. The encounter took place in the border area with Nepal under the jurisdiction of the Nanpara police. In the vicinity of this police station, Additional Director General of Police Amitabh Yash confirmed the arrests, identifying the suspects of Muhammad Faheen, Muhammad Sarfaraz and Abdul Hamid, who are named in the FI that's been registered, along with 2 others, Muhammad Talim and Muhammad Afzal. The investigation continues, with police having established link between one of the accused and Nepal. 2 of the injured suspects are reported to be in a stable condition.
पहले से फर्जी इनकाउंटर करा रही है, चाहे वो मंगेश यादव का हो, अजीत प्रताप सिंह का हो, चाहे ये बहराइच, ये केवल और केवल अपनी फेलिवर को, अपनी कमियों को छिपाने के लिए। पूरी सरकार फेल है, सरकार ने कोई इंतजाम नहीं किया और सरकार केवल और केवल दंगा कराना और फर्जी इनकाउंटर कराना।
Meanwhile, an extensive anti-terror operation has been launched in Shadra area of Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri. This operation involves personnel from Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Indian Army and the Special Operations Group. It follows reports of 3 armed suspected terrorists in the valley. In the vicinity, the operation began early in the morning with heightened security measures in place to ensure public safety. Locals have been advised to report any suspicious activities that they notice. The Mumbai police have registered a total of 7 FIRs. In fact, this follows 3 FIRs that were filed on Wednesday as authorities work to address the alarming situation over the past week. Numerous social media accounts have issued false bomb threats against various airlines, prompting action from cybersecurity agencies. Official sources also confirmed that around 7 to 8 accounts, primarily on platform X, have been suspended or blocked due to their involvement in disseminating these threats. The joint efforts of cybersecurity, aviation security and intel agencies are focused on analyzing these accounts, which have reportedly and repeatedly employed alarming phrases. Authorities are now ramping up cyber patrolling efforts to monitor social media platform and the dark web for any potential linkage related to these threats.
I think these are all just rumors that are floating around, that we can't comment on that. But whatever we know right now, there are all individual people, most of them minors, who don't understand the whole idea of what they are doing, and they are creating this kind of inconvenience. But from our side, we are going to see what best we can do.
BJP leader D.V. Sadanand Gowda has targeted Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in connection with multi-crore scam involving Maharishi Valmiki Scheduled Tribes Development Corporation. On the occasion of Valmiki Jayanti, Gowda urged the Chief Minister to tender his resignation, claiming that recent developments indicate that Siddaramaiah is likely to resign soon. The illegal money transfer scam came to light after the suicide of corporation's account superintendent earlier this year. Following the revelation, Congress MLA Nagendra even resigned as a Scheduled Tribes Welfare Minister in the month of June. The ED had arrested Nagendra and 5 others in connection with the scam during the investigation. Bollywood actor Tamanna Bhatia was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with a money laundering case involving misuse of app-based token named HPZ. Bhatia appeared at an event for HPZ token for which she received an appearance fee as well. While she is not considered an accused in the matter, her involvement stems from promoting the app. The investigation focuses on HPZ token, which promised high returns to users through investments in mining machines for cryptocurrencies. The ED's investigation has led to seizure of assets totaling up to 497.2 crore rupees as part of the inquiry into extensive scam. And time to take a look at the business stories that we're tracking in Friday's edition of Quick Morning. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari has announced that India's logistics costs are projected to decline to single-digit figures within the next 2 years. Speaking at an event organized by Niti Aayog, Gadkari said that ongoing construction of highways and expressways by the ministry is pivotal in achieving this goal. He said, and I quote, "Within 2 years' time, we are set to bring our logistics costs down by 9%. According to preliminary estimates from the National Council of Applied Economic Research, logistics costs in India range somewhere between 7.8% to 8.9% of the GDP for the fiscal year 2021-2022. The minister also expressed his ambition to elevate the Indian automobile industry to a leading position globally as India surpassed Japan last year to become the third largest automobile market following US and China. Nitin Gadkari also pointed out that the industry's value has surged from 7.5 lakh crore rupees in 2014 to 18 lakh crore rupees in this financial year, generating a substantial number of jobs in the process. Capital markets regulator SEBI has slapped penalties that amount to 20 lakh rupees on 4 entities for indulging in non-genuine trades this is in connection with the illiquid stock option segments on BSE. In 4 separate orders, a regulator imposed a fine of 5 lakh rupees each on Preview Vinimay Private Limited, Siddharth Kalani and Anil Kumar Banka as well. SEBI observed that the notices had indulged in reversal trades with its counterplay in the stock option segment of BSE, and the same were not genuine trades. The SEBI, the regulator, observed that such large-scale reversal of trades in stock options leads to creation of artificial volume at BSE. Thereafter, SEBI conducted an investigation into trading activities of certain entities in illiquid trading option at BSE for the period from April 2014 till September 2015. Indulging in such trades, the entities flouted the prohibition of fraudulent and unfair trade practices norms. India has been on track to become the world's third largest economy by 2030 according to S&P Global Ratings, but its rapidly growing population presents significant challenges in delivering essential services as per the rating agency and meeting rising investment demands to sustain productivity. The report further emphasizes India's goal to transform its current 3.6 trillion economy into a $30 trillion powerhouse by 2047. Currently ranked as the third largest economy, India's anticipated inclusion in JP Morgan's government emerging market bond index in 2024, which is this year, is expected to attract additional government funding and unlock substantial resources from domestic capital markets. However, S&P notes that improving market access and settlement procedures is crucial to fully realize these benefits. In its report, Look Forward Emerging Markets, a Decisive Decade, S&P forecasts that emerging markets will drive global economic growth, contributing to 65% of it by 2035, primarily led by Asian economies such as India, China, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Electric vehicle maker Tesla has transferred 11,509 bitcoins, approximately worth $770 million, to several new wallet addresses, which marks Tesla's first activity involving its bitcoin holdings in over 2 years and may even involve the last of its Bitcoin treasury following its major sell-off in 2022. The transfer was carried out quietly but could have substantial implications for both Tesla and broader cryptocurrency market. On-share data from analytics and Arkham Research revealed that Tesla conducted a series of transactions to sud 7 new wallet addresses. The company reportedly performed 6 test transactions beforehand that suggest a highly cautious approach. Tesla's Bitcoin journey began in February 2021 when the company made headlines with a $1.5 billion investment in cryptocurrency. Over time, Tesla has both acquired and sold significant amounts of Bitcoin. At one point, holding as much as 43,000 though this amount was drastically reduced in 2022. India's software giant Infosys and Wipro have surpassed quarterly revenue expectations driven by resurgence in spending from their primary clients in financial sector after more than a year of restrained spending amid economic uncertainties and high borrowing costs. Global banks are starting to revive postponed projects. This trend is providing a much-needed boost to the $254 billion Indian IT industry, which derives about one-third of its revenue from banking, financial services and insurance clients. Infosys, which is India's second largest IT services provider, reported a 2.3% increase in revenue from its BFSI segment in constant currency terms during the second quarter. Meanwhile, Wipro, the fourth largest IT services firm, experienced a modest 0.6% revenue growth in its BFSI segment in its first increase since March 2023. And in other international stories that we're tracking is, of course, the elimination of Hamas leader Yahya in this case. So we'll get you more details. Let's get started. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu on Thursday confirmed that Hamas chief and one of the masterminds behind the horrific October 7 massacre last year, Yahya Sinwar, is dead. The announcement was followed by an instruction to his aides to inform the families of Israeli hostages about the death of Hamas chief. The declaration follows after the Israel Defense Forces confirmed that 3 terrorists had been eliminated during an operation in Gaza, among whom was also the tainted Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar. This development is latest in the string of strikes undertaken by Israel after the high-profile elimination of Hassan Nasrallah. Earlier, another Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was also assassinated by Israeli forces in Iran, while Tehran and Hamas have leveled these accusations against Israel. About the attack, Israel has neither accepted or denied the charges. And in news from Ukraine, President Zelensky has stated that his country has intel that indicates that 10,000 North Korean troops are being prepared to join the Russian forces in the ongoing conflict. While Zelensky did not provide further details, his comments followed a warning from U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, who expressed concerns over North Korea's military support for Russia but could not confirm the deployment of North Korean soldiers. During a press conference in Brussels with NATO General Secretary, Zelensky even reported that North Korea has sent tactical personnel and officers to Ukraine, but the 10,000 soldiers have not yet been moved to Ukraine or Russia. His remarks come as he held meet with European Union leaders and NATO defense ministers to discuss a victory plan to end the war with Russia.
Intelligence, we've got information that North Korea sent technical personnel and officers to Ukraine on temporarily occupied territories, and they are preparing on their land 10,000 soldiers, but they didn't move them already to Ukraine or to Russia. So when we will have this information, of course, we will raise up this question, but because this will be the second, I think it's already the second country which involved to this war against us.
Category 3 Hurricane Helene and Milton are now being grouped in the infamous ranks of Hurricane Katrina, Sandy and Harvey, all of whom have been notorious in causing intense havoc and damages that are still under assessment. Government and private experts are now deeming the two to be $50 billion plus killers. What makes them even more painful, especially in the case of Helene, is that 97% or more of the damage has been caused was uninsured, putting its victims in a deeper financial abyss, difficult to recover, while casualties due to storms have been dropping over time. Helene has been an exception. Experts in various fields now say that despite adjustments for inflation, damages from intense storms are skyrocketing due to people building in harm's way, raising rebuilding costs and outpacing inflation, and increasing strength and intensity of storms caused by human-induced climate change. United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights has urged Israel to facilitate a significant influx of humanitarian aid to Gaza region. He also called upon Israel to return hostages from Gaza and concerning parties to return to the negotiating table. Speaking to reporters in New York, he highlighted the ongoing risk of famine in Gaza, stating that the world cannot let this happen. His remarks come amid concerns from various international authorities on hunger crisis that grip Gaza, raising a famine-like situation in war-torn Gaza. The recent call-out from the United Nations follows a warning from the United States to Israel about potential cuts in military funding unless more action is taken to address the ongoing humanitarian breaches going on in the Strip. A bus carrying Japanese tourists veered off the road and crashed into a ditch on Thursday in Turkish city. 22 people were on board, the state-run agency reported. The accident occurred on a highway in the province of Turkey, some 250 kilometers southwest of Ankara. As per the local media, the cause of the accident was not immediately known. The injured passengers, including one who was in life-threatening condition, he was taken to the hospital in the city, as per the local media. Muslim faith leaders in Michigan are now calling on the Biden administration to take immediate action to end the war in Gaza and escalating violence in Lebanon. During a news conference, leaders of the Imams Council of Michigan criticized U.S. support for Israel as President Biden's biggest foreign policy failure, urged American Muslims to vote against genocide in the upcoming November elections. They said, and I quote, "This madness must be stopped immediately. The world cannot remain silent as innocent lives are extinguished in such a brutal manner." Their remarks follow Israel's recent attack on a hospital courtyard in Gaza Strip, which killed at least 4 people and caused a fire that severely burned more than 24 individuals in a nearby tent camp for displaced persons. Early in-person voting for the U.S. general election has begun this week across much of the country. In Louisiana, preparations have been taking place since Thursday. Video footage that showed election officials setting up Dominion voting monitors where voters can insert their personalized voting cards and cast their votes. In the November 2020 election, nearly 2/3 of all ballots were cast early. Primarily due to COVID-19 pandemic, this year election officials anticipate an increase in in-person voters compared to 2020. In Louisiana, early voting will run from today, October 18 till the 29th of October, with no early voting on Sunday, that is 20th of October. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris addressed a rally in Wisconsin on Thursday, labeling Republican nominee Donald Trump as someone who is increasingly unstable and unhinged, asserting that he would stop at nothing to claim unchecked power for himself, emphasizing the stakes of the upcoming presidential election. Harris argued that Trump poses a significant threat to freedom. During a speech, Harris highlighted various issues, including abortion rights, asserting that Americans deserve the freedom to make decisions about their own body without government interference. Her statement prompted hecklers to interrupt her, to which Harris responded playfully, saying that they are at the wrong rally, prompting cheers erupting from the crowd.
Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged, and will stop at nothing to claim unchecked power for himself. He wants to send the military after American citizens. He wants to prevent women from making decisions about their own body. He wants to threaten fundamental freedoms and rights like the freedom to vote, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, to breathe clean air and drink clean water, and the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride.
And time to head in a very short break. When we come back, we'll get you all the action that we're tracking from the world of sports and entertainment. sir. Watching Quick Morning, I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Let's now take a look at the sports stories that we're tracking in this edition. Former India cricketers Hemang Badani and Venugopal Rao have been appointed as head coach and director of cricket respectively as Delhi Capitals unveiled their new coaching staff ahead of the 2025 IPL match. Indian women's national futsal team were drawn alongside Indonesia, Hong Kong, Pakistan and Kyrgyz Republic in Group B of AFC Women's Futsal Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers following a draw that was conducted at the AFC House. Australian Test stars Stephen Smith and Mitchell Starc will play their first Sheffield Shield matches in more than 3 years as the duo have been included in 13-player New South Wales squad for the second round of the 2024-2025 Sheffield Shield against Victoria at the MCG. On his first appearance at Nordic Open since 2019, Norway Casper Ruud prevailed for a hard-fought win against Lorenzo Sonego to enter the quarter-final of the ATP 250 tennis tournament. Virat Kohli surpassed MS Dhoni to become India's second most capped international cricketer with 36 appearances. Behind Sachin Tendulkar's record of 664, Kohli achieved this milestone during the first test against New Zealand. Drivers are now looking ahead to United Nations Grand Prix in Texas with Max Verstappen leading the Drivers' Championship for the Red Bull. However, his teammate Sergio Perez has not performed well for the second consecutive year. This disappointing season has contributed to Red Bull falling behind McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. Perez's struggles have led to ongoing speculation about his future despite having signed a contract extension in June that runs through 2026.
I'm not really worried about anything. I just want to have fun and try to do the best I can. Every race is important. Naturally, this one is also very important and we want to do well. And yeah, we'll see, with the upgrades that we have, what it does to the car. There are also a lot of changes to the track, with the tarmac. So we also need to get on top of that. And with the T-tray, from my side, nothing changes.
And time to take a look at all that we're tracking from the world of glitz and glamour this Friday. Liam Payne, the former One Direction singer, has tragically died at the age of 31 after reportedly jumping from a hotel balcony in Argentinian city. Following his untimely death, his family has issued an emotional statement expressing their heartbreak over the death of their son. They've requested privacy as they support each other during this difficult time. Mitzi Gaynor, the effervescent dancer and actor who started as Nellie Forbush in the 1958 film South Pacific, appeared in other musicals with Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly, has died. She was 93 and was among the last survivors of the so-called golden age of the Hollywood musical. Died of natural causes in Los Angeles on Thursday morning. Pop star Rita Ora, who collaborated with Payne on their song For You, showed her support for the artist at a concert in Osaka, Japan on Thursday. Ora became emotional on stage when performing the song in front of the picture of the two singers together. Ora also took to Instagram to mourn the star, saying in an Instagram post that she loved working with him. Fans and celebrities paid tribute to former One Direction star Liam Payne after the singer died in Argentina on Wednesday. Argentinian authorities confirmed that Payne, 31, died after falling from third-floor balcony of the hotel in the city. Veteran Bengali actor and popular newsreader Debraj Roy passed away on Thursday night at a private hospital due to multiple organ failure following a battle with serious illness. He was 69 years of age. Roy had suffered a cerebral attack a few months ago and was also facing nephrological issues. He's survived by his wife Anuradha Roy, who is also a Bengali actor and a newsreader. The highly anticipated action series Citadel Honey Bunny starring Varun Dhawan and Samantha Prabhu is set to premiere on Prime Video on 7th of November. Directed by Raj and DK, the Indian installment of the global Citadel franchise offers an Indian take on action and espionage set against the vibrant backdrop of the 1990s, written by Sita R. Menon. The series is executive produced by the company and explores the story of spy agency Citadel and its formidable enemy Manticore. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Quick Morning. Do not go anywhere. Top stories to continue after we come back.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the celebration of International Abhidhamma Divas and the recognition of Pali as a classical language at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. Abhidhamma Divas commemorates the descent of Lord Buddha from the celestial realm after teaching the Abhidhamma. During the celebration, Prime Minister Modi also felicitated Buddhist monks.
मेरा सौभाग्य है कि भगवान बुद्ध के साथ जुड़ाव की जो यात्रा मेरे जन्म के साथ ही शुरू हुई है वो अनवरत जारी है। मेरा जन्म गुजरात के उस वडनगर में हुआ जो एक समय बौद्ध धर्म का महान केंद्र हुआ करता था।
A special court for representatives has issued a non-bailable warrant against BJP MLA Basanagoda Patil Yatnal for his controversial statement alleging that there is half of Pakistan in Health Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao's house. The defamation case filed by Dinesh Gundu Rao's wife was set for a hearing yesterday. Yatnal's absence from court prompted the judge to issue the warrant, with the next hearing scheduled for the 28th of October. ED conducted multi-city searches in Gujarat as part of a money laundering investigation linked to a GST fraud. Recently, 8 individuals, including a journalist, were arrested by state police. The federal agency raided approximately 23 locations, including Rajkot, Junagadh, Ahmedabad, Bhavnagar and Veerawal under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. In another development, the BJP held an introspection meeting following its poor performance in the Pir Panjal region, where it won only one of the 8 seats in the Rajouri and Poonch districts despite granting scheduled tribe status. The party did not secure any seats in these areas. The meeting, chaired by BJP General Secretary Ashok Kaul and JNK President Ravinder Rana, included candidates from Rajouri and Poonch.
Now, more news from across the country. Jammu and Kashmir High Court has agreed to hear a Congress plea challenging the nomination of 5 MLAs by the Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor. Chief Justice of the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh High Court, Justice Tashi Rapstan, will constitute a special division bench to hear a PIL regarding the nomination issue in the Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly. Congress Vice President Ravinder Sharma filed the petition concerning the nomination of these 5 MLAs. Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan held a meeting with farmer unions, stating that the government has raised import duties on oil from other countries. Discussion aimed to address crucial issues affecting farming communities and analyze the challenges faced.
करण सिंह जी के साथियों से, ढेनवा जी से, धर्मेंद्र जी और उनकी पूरी टीम आज यहाँ आए थे, आमंत्रित थे कि किसान और खेती से संबंधित कई विषयों पर उनसे बहुत गंभीरतापूर्वक चर्चा हुई है। अब तक जो प्रयास किए, जैसे कल रबी की एमएसपी ही बढ़ी है, उस सहित जितने प्रयास प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में एनडीए बीजेपी की सरकार कर रही, उसकी जानकारी भी दी। और उनसे अनेकों महत्वपूर्ण सुझाव प्राप्त हुए हैं।
Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah announced that the Congress party is prepared for the upcoming by-elections, which will take place in November. He confirmed that the elections will be held in 3 segments on the 13th of November, as announced by the Election Commission. Union Minister and former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy questioned the MUDA chairperson about his resignation. He further claimed that this situation is a misuse of official machinery.
Largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.